What is up, guys? Crypto Bera here, back with another market update, and we are about to get the rate cuts. Just in a couple of hours, the Fed will have its meeting, and I expect a big move to occur in the Bitcoin chart. So let's talk about it today, starting on the 1 hour time frame. And of course, we have broken out the descending triangle, and we're now currently in a uptrend with a target of 117.5k in the Bitcoin price. So we have flipped previous levels of resistance into support, and we are now climbing to the level of resistance at around 117k. So in the hourly chart, we can see we touched it but rejected it right here and are moving slightly down, but a move is on the loom, obviously, with the rate cuts happening right now. So what can we expect from the rate cuts? Well, the narrative is that the rate cuts are going to be 0.25 to zero point 0.5 basis points, which obviously in both cases is very bullish for Bitcoin and will have us making some upwards movement. However, that does not mean that once the rate cuts are confirmed that we're going to get a immediate move to the upside. And as this tweet right here says, rate cuts could possibly also give us some downwards momentum first before we continue and move more to the upside. Because if we take a look at this tweet right here, we can see that usually after a big rate cut, we're getting some upwards momentum in Bitcoin. So what I would do right here is once the rate cut is confirmed, I will wait and see if we touch this line of resistance again, we retest it and then we hold the levels, because that means we're likely going to be continuing on the upside. And in the other case, if we do cool down from the rate cuts, as long as we keep above this line, which is the current uptrend, this would be a nice opportunity for a trade. So let's also take a look at the daily chart to see how we're looking right here. As you can see, also on the daily, we're having some trouble flipping this resistance levels back into support. But as long as we're above this line, we're still in an uptrend. What we want to see happening right now is these levels of resistance flip back into support and us getting back in the ascending triangle. So taking a look at the ETF inflows, we can see we got a bunch of inflows the last couple of days. So buying pressure is definitely here. If we see that continuing, I see no reason for us to keep moving upwards in the short term. And then also taking a look at the liquidation heat map, you can see the most liquidity on the 2-week liquidation heat map chart is currently on the upside. And if you're not familiar with the chart, Bitcoin often tends to move towards the price where there is the most liquidity. So it really looks like we are heading upwards to take out some of this liquidity and going from there. So this is an urgent short update. Be aware the Fed rate cuts are about to happen. This will definitely make an impact on the Bitcoin price. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.